As always, we use the Tennessee Foundational Skills Curriculum Supplement. I'm using the Grade 2 materials, Unit 1. For today's lesson, we're going to focus on tricky words, really focusing on 3 new tricky words to add to that already robust stack that you have. And if you do not have all of these cards created, maybe you skipped a lesson or two, you're going to want to make sure that, I'm going to point to them with the mouse, but that you have cards for all of these words. Remember, our tricky word cards look like this. They're yellow cards, maybe they're sticky notes, maybe you're keeping them in a ring or in a Ziploc bag inside your codework folder. Any of those things work, but you need to make sure that you have cards representing all of these words. So I'm going to go over them, and then if you want to pause the video here and have someone help you set your cards up, then that would be a good idea. Okay, so here are our words: he, she, we, be, me, the, was, of, a, do, down, how, to, what, where, why, from, once, one, could, would, should, there, said, says, why, word. Okay, make sure when you do write those on the cards that they're all lowercase, because those words all have lowercase letters, no reason to capitalize them. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to work in another one of our decodable texts, so hope that you have that decodable cat bandit with you. We're going to understand that text and we're going to do an activity with it. And then finally, we are going to work with our consonant sounds a little bit more deeply in our code books, really looking at any of the consonant sounds that are doubled at the end of words or sometimes in the middle of words. In order to complete your lesson today, you're going to need your code chart. Remember, code charts are in our folders. We have them ready. You'll also need a pencil. Now, if you want to really engage with our lesson today, scissors and glue would be great, but if you don't have scissors and glue there with you, a pencil will work just fine. You'll also need a red marker and a green marker. You're going to need access to worksheets 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3. You'll want to have the decodable reader, the cat bandit, and then you're going to want to have the 3 yellow cards or sticky notes, however you're doing it, and go ahead and write the tricky words a, was, and of. And those were in that list on the first slide, so if you went ahead and got your tricky words caught up, then you will have already made those. Please go ahead and pause the video. Keep in mind, if you have downloaded and are using the student materials from Best for All Central, that worksheets 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3 are included in there. Your code chart is included in there, as well as your decodable reader. So if you've downloaded that, really the only thing that you're looking for is your pencil, scissors, and glue, red marker and green marker, and then your tricky word cards. Go ahead and pause this video. Make sure you've got all of your materials together. Make sure you've got your tricky word cards made, and you're ready to roll. Okay. Now, in order to get us started, we want to make sure that we always warm up with sounds first, making sure that we really are working our ears so that we hear each sound, because if we hear each sound, we're going to better know how to write each sound and better know how to read each word. So in order to get started, we are going to do our sound scientist activity. So in order to be a sound scientist, remember, I'm going to say a sentence and then I'm going to call out a specific word in that sentence. Now you are going to have your eyes closed and you're going to repeat that sentence and that word. Then I'm going to ask you some questions about that word. Maybe have you manipulate that word a little bit. All right, so here we go. You are going to examine some words with your ears as a sound scientist. All right. So if we were going to be scientists, we might use a magnifying glass to really examine something, but we're going to use our ears to examine something. So really rub those ears, get them ready to go, because that's what you're going to use to examine these words. Here we go. Close your eyes. I'm going to say the sentence and call out the word. You're going to repeat the sentence and call out the word, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay? Here comes our first one. My brother is a musician. He plays drums in a band. Musician. Okay, make sure you repeat it. My brother is a musician. He plays drums in the band. Musician. How many syllables are in the word musician? 3. Good. And what are those syllables? Mu-si-shin. Okay. Now, what is the vowel sound in the first syllable? The first syllable was mu. What's the vowel sound in that syllable? U. Good. Okay, the second syllable was si. What is the vowel sound? I. Good. And the third syllable was shin. What's the vowel sound in shin? I. Very good. Okay. What is the first sound in the last syllable? Musician. What's the last syllable? Shin. Good. And what is the first sound in that syllable? Sh. Very good. How can the word music help us understand the word musician? Yeah, so the word music is actually in the word musician. So it makes me think, musician. I see the word music in there. Maybe a musician is someone who has something to do with music. And then I go back to my sentence and it says, my brother is a musician. He plays the drums in a band. So drums and band, that has to do with music. So being a musician must mean that you play music. All right, here comes another one. Sound scientists, second graders. I can run farther than my brother. Farther. Repeat it. I can run farther than my brother. Farther. How many syllables are in the word farther? Good. Show me with your fingers. 2. What are those syllables? Farther. Good. Farther. Those are the 2 syllables. What is far without R? Very good. What word do you have if you change the "ther" in farther to this? Good. Farthest. Very good. All right, here comes another one. I can run farther than my brother. So it's the same sentence. Repeat the sentence. I can run farther than my brother. The word is brother. Repeat the word brother. Make sure your eyes are closed. We're using our ears. Brother. How many syllables are in the word brother? Brother. 2 syllables. Very good. What are they? Brother. Good, 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 good. What is the vowel sound in the first syllable? The first syllable was breath. Very good. Breath. Good. What word do you have if you replace the br in brother with mm? Mother. Very good, sound scientist. All right, now we're going to put a word on a curve. You guys remember putting the word on the curve? All right, here we go. So we're going to put the word on the curve, and then I'm going to ask you to manipulate some of the phonemes that you hear. Okay, here we go. The sentence is, clap your hands to show you like it. The word on the curve is clap. Clap. Ready? Clap. All right. Now, I want you to keep the first sound, but I don't want you to say the ooh sound, and I want you to put the rest of it on the curve, okay? So let's try this again. Let's do the word clap. Clap. We're going to snip the second sound in clap. So we're going to keep the first app, app, cap. That is the word on the curve. All right, so let's do another one. All right, you ready? Blend the paint colors with your brush. The word on the curve is blend. Blend. Now I want us to snip the second sound that we hear in blend. Ready? B, end. B, end. Bend would be our new word. All right, here comes another one. Ready? I have a great plan to make it all happen. I would like for you to put plan on the curve. Ready? Plan. I would like for you to snip the second sound, snip the ooh sound, and tell me what word you have. Pan. Very good. So it would be plan, pan. Plan, pan. Very good. All right, let's do another one. Ski. I love to ski in the snow. All right, we're going to take the k sound out of ski. Ready? Ski. Take the second phoneme that you hear, snip it out. So we're going to snip out the k. E. E. C is the word we hear. Okay, here's your last one. And then we're going to move into our spoonerisms that are so fun. All right, when you do this one on your own. I have free time to play. I have free time to play. I want you to put the word free on the curve. Free. Okay? Now I would like for you to take the r sound from free. What word did you come up with when you snipped that second phoneme? R. Fee. Fee. Like something that you pay because maybe your library book was late. A fee. Very good. All right, our last sounds first activity that we're going to do to warm up today is spoonerisms. And you guys know how to do the spoonerisms because we've done them a little bit before. So I'm going to give you the mixed up words and then you figure out what they should be. Ready? Gallbane. Yes, that's right. Ball game. Very good. Very good warm up today. Now I want us to go into our lesson and we're going to start with another type of warm up, a little bit different than a little bit different than what we had, and we're going to do some capitalization and punctuation. So I'm going to swap over so that you can see that. You can see what I have here. I have two sentences. I have, did mom have a hot dog? And I have, the smell drifted. Now, these sentences are not written correctly. They both lack capitalization and punctuation. So I want you to take just a second. I want you to look at these sentences and tell me what I need to fix in my sentences. Okay, so the first sentence, did mom have a hot dog? What type of sentence is that? It's a question, that's right. And in our story, the hot dog that you did in the last lesson, we learned that it's very important when we're reading to make sure we pay attention to punctuation. And we were really paying attention to one particular punctuation mark when we were reading. Does anyone remember what that was? Yes, it was an exclamation point. When we see an exclamation point, we know that that means to read excited, right? So it's something exciting that we need to read in that way. So this is a question. It's asking us something. So I'm going to put a question mark at the end of this sentence. Did mom have a hot dog? Someone would answer that. Yes, she did have a hot dog. No, she did not have a hot dog. Or I don't know if she had a hot dog, okay? But a question needs an answer. Did mom have a hot dog? Put my question mark. Now there's something else that needs to be corrected in this sentence. Good, right. So this first D should be capitalized because anytime we start a sentence, we start with a capital letter. Does this sentence look better now? Yeah, it does to me too. All right, here is our next sentence. The smell drifted. The smell drifted. Right? Is that a sentence that I would read excited? Or is it just a simple statement? Or is it a question? Yeah, it's just a statement. It's just telling me that the smell drifted. That means maybe the smell came to a different room or it drifted off the porch. So now we've punctuated this sentence. Now we need to capitalize. Yeah, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to change this lowercase t to a capital letter T or an uppercase T. And that sentence is now written correctly. The smell drifted. Very good, very good. All right, now you've gotten warmed up. I would like for us to go to our code work. So our code work needs, you will find it in your code book. So let's go ahead and find our code books and get out your red marker. Okay, code book and red marker. Remember, this is what my code book looks like. This is what my red marker looks like. I'm going to open up. The first page is blank, and I'm going to move here. And we're going to start working in our code books for today. So I hope that you have yours in a safe place, just like I do. And if you look in the back pocket, you see my tricky word cards. So I have my tricky word cards here, and I will add my ones for today in that pocket, and that's a great place for me to keep them. If my folder didn't have a pocket, I might choose to put them in a Ziploc bag, but that is just a great place to keep up with your tricky words in your code book. So I hope that you're able to do that. All right, so today we're going to start working in some code that is when we have two of our consonant letters doubled up for the spelling. So not always are they doubled, but there are often times that they are in the middle of a word and sometimes at the end of a word. So we're going to double that consonant when it's a short vowel sound. So like this word is napping, napping. And I know that it's short vowel sound because we've got the two P's there, and then I add the ing. So that is how I understand that this code, and if yours didn't print well like mine didn't, go ahead and put two P's there, napping. And let's go around it with our red marker. Now remember, we use the red marker because the P sound stops the air, but all of our vowel sounds we code with green because the air is free to go out of our mouths. Okay? Now we have already worked a little bit with the B sound with the double B's as in rubbing. Okay. Now I want us to go to the sound. It can be spelled with 2 T's, just like the P sound can be spelled with 2 P's, and the B sound can be spelled with 2 B's. So can the T sound. In the case of sitting, if you remember the rule that I just told you about, it's that short vowel. When it has a short vowel, like the word sit, and we need to turn it into sitting, before I add the ing, I have to double that last consonant. All right. Same thing with the D sound. We've already talked about it. It's not new to us today, but we double the D when we're spelling it with the short vowel. Add. Okay. Let's keep going and see if we can find any more of these that we spell that we double. We found this one in one of our last lessons. The K sound can be spelled with 2 C's as in hiccup. The G sound can be spelled with 2 G's as in egg. All right, let's keep moving. Let's see if we can find some new ones or maybe some past ones. The F sound can be spelled with 2 F's as in stuff. Here is a new one for today, so get your marker ready. The S sound can be spelled with 2 S's as in dress. And the Z sound can be spelled with 2 Z's as in buzz. Turn your code chart. We found the F and the Z. Now I want you to find the sound. Find the 2 M spelling as in swimming. You hear that short vowel? Ming. It's got to have the 2 M's there to support that short vowel when you add the ending. Right? Let's find the sound. It can also be spelled with 2 N's as in running. Now we're at the R sound. It can be spelled with 2 R's as in ferret. We also worked with the L sound. It can be spelled with 2 L's as in bell. And that is the end of our double consonants. Now, I would like for us to go all the way back through our code chart and make sure that we have the spellings and our sounds sorted out in our head. So if you remember, when we go through our code chart, I'm going to put my marker up. We don't need our markers anymore. You're going to say the sound, the spelling, and the example. You have all of that in front of you. If you don't, please make sure you're following along with me. Sound, spelling, example. All right, here we go. P, pot. P, napping. Your turn. P, pot. P, napping. Okay, ready? B, bat. B, rubbing. Stay with me. T, top. T, sitting. D, dot. D, add. Right, turn the page. Ooh, our K sound. We're really adding to it, aren't we? Let me see if I can get it. You can see it a little bit better. There we go. All right. C, cat. K, kid. CK, black. CC, hiccup. G, gift. G, egg. CH, chin. Right, we haven't worked with our sound yet. Let's keep moving. Right, to the F sound. Ready? F, fit. FF, stuff. V, vet. S, sun. SS, dress. Z, zip. ZZ, buzz. Here we go. TH, thin. TH, vim. Those are a little bit tricky. Same spelling, different sounds. Let's try it again. TH, thin. TH, vim. Mad. Swimming. In nut. In running. Ng, sing. All right, you guys are doing really well. Here we go. R, red. R, ferret. L, lip. LL, bell. H, hot. W, wet. Y, yes. X, tax. Sh, shop. Quit. Now let's get into our vowel sounds that we know. Ready? A, hat. I, it. Pet. But. Hop. Very good. Very good. Everyone wants to put our code charts away. You did an excellent job with that.